What's up, guys? Matt Moda here with Crossing Abroad, here to talk to you about the Phillies and White Sox game tonight. I'm going to have one home run prediction for you guys to lock in for this game tonight. Of course, before we do that, let's just do a quick recap on how things have gone so far. Yesterday, tough loss for the Phillies against the Yankees. It was one bad inning against the Yankees for Zach Wheeler. It means the Phillies could not get the win, could not get the job done. They did win the series against the Yankees, taking 2 of 3, but would have been nice to get the sweep. They were set up to do so, but could not get it done. They did win 2 of 3, as I mentioned. Last time you saw me was for Friday's game, which was awesome. I played that game pretty heavily. I had 5 home run predictions in that game. Thankfully, I was rewarded for playing it really heavily. I really, really liked that game from a home run perspective. Ended up being correct. We got Kyle Schwarber, Cody Bellinger, and Anthony Volpe to hit home runs. Unfortunately, we could not get Bryce or Jazz Chisholm Jr., but still, getting 3 of 5 home run predictions, no matter what unit size you put on that, you're making a pretty nice profit, which was really, really good. As for tonight, we got Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies, who's just been absolutely fantastic recently. And we got Davis Martin on the mound for the White Sox. So again, I'm going to have a home run prop for you guys to lock in. And I'll give you one lean as well, since I am being a little bit lame with only the one home run prediction. Of course, before we get into that, make sure to go to BetMGM, sign up using the promo code CROSSING to get in on the action. Use that promo code to sign up, get the bonuses, and then check out these home run picks. And let's start. Why not go right back to Kyle Schwarber? Old reliable. He's been phenomenal for us over the last week. I think every single time we've gone with him, he has hit a home run. You can get this at plus 205 odds at BetMGM. Obviously, not great odds at plus 205, but honestly, for Schwarber, as long as he's in like the Judge and Ohtani category, when they're hot, as long as you can get them for plus 200 in a good situation, plus 200 or higher, I should say, it's honestly probably worth it. And the run that Schwarber is on is just ridiculous. You look at the last week, looking at the last 7 days here, he leads the MLB in total number of hard hits with 17. Just a ridiculous number over the last 7 days. 17 hard hits in a week is fantastic. And keep in mind, the Phillies actually had a day off on Thursday. So it's actually 17 hard hits and only 6 games played. It really is phenomenal what he has done at the plate. He's also got 6 barrels in this stretch. Again, we're looking at the last week. He's one of only 6 batters with 6 or more barrels in the last week. So that's putting him in really, really, really good company. Obviously, leading the MLB in hard hits is good. 6 barrels is good. And I don't need to sit here and tell you that Kyle Schwarber is good at hitting home runs. Everybody obviously knows that. But what I'm trying to do is illustrate just how hot he currently is at the plate. And like I mentioned at the beginning, when he's rolling like this, as long as you can get him above plus 200, and as long as he's in a good situation, and I mean good situation in terms of like the stadium plus the weather, and then also the pitching matchup, all of those boxes are checked today, which is why he's worth a play. The White Sox home stadium, generally a hitter-friendly park. They got slightly smaller outfields considering, when looking at the average, I should say, like the entire length of their outfield across the board is slightly smaller than average. So it's not like Great American Ballpark. It's also not like Kauffman Stadium, which is massive. So the weather today is definitely hitter friendly in what you look for a home run. The temperatures are not super hot. It's not in the 90s. Most of the game is going to be played in the high 70s, which is fine. It's not going to do anything to dissuade carry or make it so the ball doesn't carry as much. The biggest thing for today is actually the humidity at this game. It's very, very humid, and hot temperatures and then also humidity. Both of those things help the carry of the baseball. Any baseball hit in the air is going to travel more on average because of this game tonight. And obviously, Kyle Schwarber, we know he's capable of hitting the ball in the air. We know he's capable of hitting the ball hard in the air. You look at him, again, the same 7-day stretch. He's got a fly ball rate above 50%, at 52.4%, which is phenomenal. And a pull rate, meaning, when he pulls the ball, 66.7%, meaning 2/3 of the time he makes contact with the baseball, it's pulled. The important part, a fly ball rate is kind of obvious. In order to hit a home run, you got to hit the ball in the air, but the pull rate is important because when you pull the ball, you don't need to hit it as far. Obviously, you can go oppo as well, but that's much more unlikely. So that's why I like to look at pull rate. But when you hit it to the corner, closer to the foul pole, the ball doesn't need to travel as far. And him pulling the ball 2/3 of the time while also hitting a fly ball above half the time, when you also look at how hard he has been hitting the baseball, it really does make sense why he's done such a good job hitting home runs over this stretch. Now, that's the weather. As far as the matchup goes, Davis Martin is pitching for the White Sox. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the worst home run pitcher in baseball. He's no Taijuan Walker. He's definitely not really anybody to be scared of either. On the entire year, he's allowed a home run every 26 at-bats to left-handed hitters, That's not terrible. Generally, I like that number to be below 20, but as long as it's below 30, it's acceptable. And you look into his numbers, some good, some bad. The biggest thing that I want to illustrate for Schwarber tonight is he's allowing a hard hit rate of almost 50%, like above 49%. And he's got a low strikeout rate of 13%. Now, the strikeout rate is important because a lot of times really, really good strikeout pitchers have a really high barrel rate and hard hit rate and all that stuff because it only tracks balls in play. So if a batter goes 0 for 4 at the plate, strikes out 3 times, and one of those was a barrel, that's going to look like a barrel rate of 100%. So pitchers that don't strike out a lot of batters while also allowing a high hard hit rate, that's what you want to look for. Basically, that means the ball's constantly being put into play because they're not striking out a lot. And then the hard hit rate means that they're also hitting it hard. That's a tough combination, especially for somebody like Kyle Schwarber, who I already talked about how good he has been at the plate and at hitting home runs. So that's our only official play, Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run again. BetMGM at plus 205. In terms of a lean, Harper has been really good too, but I really only like looking at Harper at home. He just has been so much better at home. You take out that game against the Giants where he had the home run and I think had 3 doubles. He really hasn't done much away. Obviously, he's been fantastic recently. He did hit a home run at Yankee Stadium, but just don't think it's quite worth the price on Bryce tonight. That's why I'm only rolling with Schwarber. In terms of the lean, I do want to give a quick shout out to Castellanos. He hit a home run yesterday. He's got a decent opportunity to do so tonight. The reason why I didn't go with him, I just like a little bit more consistency. Like there was a stretch where he did a really good job at barreling the ball up. He's not quite in that type of run. Or I would want him to be going up against a pitcher that throws more four-seam fastballs because that's what he can hit well. You get something that's breaking for Castellanos and especially breaking outside, he's going to swing out of his shoes. But a four-seamer, if it ends up being a meatball, he can hit those. So that's why I'm not making him an official play. But if you want to lean, I don't think he's a terrible look by any means. But we're just going to roll with Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. Appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, of course, all that good stuff. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.